Is Old Forester 1924 worth your money, or should you just leave it on the shelf? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing a review on this bottle of bourbon right here. This is the Old Forester 1924 10-year-old bottled in bond bourbon coming out of the Old Forester distillery. This bottle right here is going to run you about $115 to $125 depending on where you can find it, and some places are already skyrocketing the price of this bottle all the way up to $400. Absolutely ludicrous in my opinion, but nonetheless, we are going to give you guys an honest review about this bottle right here and if it's worth it for your pockets or if you should just leave it on the shelf. Before we get into the information and the fun stuff about this bottle, if you guys are brand new, make sure you smash that like button. Let me know down in the comments below if you are interested in this bottle of bourbon right here, and if you're brand new, smash that subscribe button. We are also going to be doing a live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with this bottle right here and blinding it with a couple of other Old Forester bottles. So I hope to see you guys there, and we'll see which Old Forester comes out on top. Should be an absolute fun live stream. But nonetheless, let's get into the information about this bottle. So I'm reading this straight off of the Old Forester website about the Old Forester 1924. The Whiskey Row Series 1924 10-year-old is a limited annual release celebrating another milestone in Old Forester's storied history. During Prohibition, more than 200 distilleries were forced to close. Old Forester, however, continued operations because the federal government issued them one of 6 medical licenses. P3 in 1924, Old Forester acquired barrels from closed distilleries with different mash bills and bottled that liquid as Old Forester. This release commemorates that moment in time. So that is why it has that date of 1924 on the bottle in the Whiskey Row series, to commemorate that time during the Prohibition era. So this bottle right here has a mash bill of 79% corn, 11% rye, and 10% malted barley, which is the exact same mash bill as King of Kentucky. So possibly what the rumor is that this bottle right here has some barrels that were supposed to be King of Kentucky. But my honest opinion about it is it's just 10-year-old, a couple of other bottles of bourbon that are from the early times. And this is the exact same mash bill as this. Also 100 proof, also bottled in bond, but they don't have a 10-year age statement on this bottle because, well, bottled in bond, you got to be at least 4 years old. Nonetheless, this and this are pretty much the same thing, but the age gap is probably significant. So this is a different mash bill than the regular Old Forester Whiskey Row offerings. It's a little bit higher in the corn, so it might come off as a little bit sweeter. I've already dove into this bottle. I opened it up the day I got it. I had a couple of higher proof bottles of bourbons, so this came off a little lackluster in my opinion. But since then, this is the first time that I'm going to be enjoying this bottle since I cracked it open on day 1. So this is going to be an honest review for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So here we go. We are going to dive into this nose and then dive into the palate and the finish and see where this bottle stacks up against other 10-year-old 100 proof bottles of bourbon. So the nose is very, very sweet. It's oaky forward. I get pecans and I get some nutty quality off of this. Very, very dark red fruits. Dried red fruits in a way. Like it's like a dried up grape, like a raisin, a craisin. There's some really tartness coming through on this. Molasses. This has a really nice nose. The nose is what, from when I first had it, the first sip when I had this bottle right here, the nose is what was really up front and very, very enjoyable. And the palate, however, did not stack up because of those other bourbons that I had that day, and it was a little bit lackluster. But the nose is very, very enjoyable. It's one that you can go into every single time and find something a little bit different. It's rich and it's creamy. It's got a really, really nice light vanilla note that comes off of this. It's so balanced. It's so approachable. You can dig your nose deep into this glass and find those nuances that this glass has to offer. But here we go. We're going to dive into the palate and we're going to see if this thing stacks up to other offerings. I mean, this bottle right here, this is an Old Forester single barrel bottled at 90 proof. This bottle right here is not made anymore, and it is one of my absolute favorite Old Forester offerings. And it's packed full of flavor, and I'm really excited to see if this thing can possibly stack up with that. So cheers to you guys. It's got this soft, velvety, creamy texture that just rolls over your tongue. And it is a very, very enjoyable first sip. It comes off as almost like a soft, chewy caramel in a way. And then it rolls into this vanilla. And then that fades off very, very quickly, and it rolls back into this like almost dusty, dark chocolate in a way. This is really, really, really good. And is it a $115, $125 bottle of bourbon, in my opinion? Off of that first sip, I'm gonna say no. Second sip, you roll into this barrel char that gives you this savory aspect, but then it rolls into a sweeter aspect as well. It gives me a little bit of like a sugar cookie. There's a little bit of like an oatmeal raisin cookie in there as well. Like you're getting these cookie vibes. It's sweet and it's got that barrel char savoriness that overlays over top of that, which is a very, very nice aspect about this bottle. But it leaves me wanting more. I wish that this bottle right here wasn't bottled at 100 proof. I wish that at $115, $120, I wish that this was a cask strength offering, and we could get those nuances of those barrels at their full capacity. Give us what this had at 126, maybe 127 proof, and I think that this right here could be a very, very well enjoyed bottle at that price point. But at 100 proof, 10 years old, I mean, yeah, there are rumors that there are 17-year-old barrels that are blended into this. But you also have that going into Elijah Craig, you know, in their batch offerings. You get 3 Elijah Craig barrel proof offerings a year. You know, you're getting older juice in those barrels as well at barrel strength and for almost half the price of this offering right here. So is it worth the price? No. Does it leave me wanting more? Yes. Is it a really nice nose? 100%. And is it an absolutely enjoyable sip? 100%. But is the sip worth the price? In my opinion, no. I think your other offerings from Old Forester in their Whiskey Row lineup, the 1910 Double Oak, absolutely delicious, bottled at 93 proof. The Old Forester 1920, 115 proof, absolutely delicious, $60, $65 bottle of bourbon. If you find the Old Forester cask strength bottles right here, the blue labels, 80 to 100 bucks, my opinion. Definitely a pickup. But we're gonna throw the early times in the blind most likely tonight, and we're gonna see just how well this bottle can stack up, because I mean, SLB did a blind with this bottle right here, and Kurt had it at second place, I believe, and Trent had it at first. A bunch of other people have done similar videos with ranking and reviewing this bottle right here, and I am convinced that it isn't as good as it possibly seems on its own. So we're gonna see just how well it does in the blind tonight. I hope to see you all there. And until next time, this has been Nathan with The Everyday Drinker. Cheers.